Now what?
Hello from a hiking trail at Eagle River Campground. This is actually our intro video to the Dalton Highway video that you're about to watch.
The Dalton Highway is a pretty good road. It's the haul road, they call it. It goes from the Fairbanks area up to Prudhoe Bay, used mainly by the oil industry for hauling stuff up and down to supply for the oil rigs up there. Interesting road though, long road, not too bad, but it's a typical Alaskan highway, so be prepared to get videos coming up.
And while you're watching the video, we're going to be watching this river down here.
Now, the Dalton Highway was named for James W. Dalton, who was born in 1913 and died in 1977. On the top of the banner here, it reads, designated the Dalton Highway in 1981 by the Alaska Legislature, the highway to the Arctic coast memorializes James W. Dalton, a pioneer in the northern Alaska petroleum exploration, transportation across roadless expanses, and construction in permafrost environments.
Now you can see here that the Dalton Highway is a blend of both dirt road and it will also have some paved sections. And the reason why we went on the Dalton Highway was simply to get up to the Arctic Circle. But it does go all the way up to Prudhoe Bay, which is where the Alaska pipeline starts. There are two seasons in Alaska, winter and road construction, and this was a very long section of road construction. We're following a pilot car. I have sped up this video 4 times the speed that we were going.
This section, they're actually widening the road out and they're putting in new culverts. The road is pretty wide most of the way, but a few sections like through here, they're actually making it bigger. Listen to the engine scream. It sounds like we're in a Yamaha. They do water the roads quite a bit. If it's not raining, the water trucks are out. That's why it looks so wet. So if you go on the Dalton Highway, you will get muddy. There's just no way around it.
The entire Dalton Highway is basically 2 lanes wide. And actually, all the roads in Alaska that are called highways are pretty much 2 lanes. Some have passing lanes every once in a while, but they're all 2-lane highways in Alaska.
This construction site was so long that you don't see it here, but we actually passed another pilot car coming the other way with more people. And that's the end of it right there. But you can see definitely there's more construction, and the road just continues going and going and going. And this is the
Paved section.
one of the few that you see up there. Pavement's hard to keep in Alaska because of the frost heave, so most of the road is done on permafrost. Some areas it's a little firmer than others and it's a little more stable, so they do the paving over there.
This is the Yukon River that we were crossing. This is the bridge. You can see what condition that is.
Here's the bridge from another vantage point. Now this is one of the places where you actually go under the pipeline or over it. Cottonwoods and the flowers in the area. This is basically peak season for flowers this time of year, and there's a lot of them around.
There were only 2 rest stops all the way up to the Arctic Circle, and there was nothing else. No restaurants, no gas stations, nothing.
This is one of the rest stops, Finger Mountains. Climb up there. It was very windy up there.
Not sure what happened to the finger, but
Yeah. But it's got good views out there. You kind of looking around. You're up
at some elevation, looking around. Then, of course, more flowers. And then we're going to see the back of the truck, and actually both of the bars are on there, and we didn't realize it until later, but we'll show you that. This is a little bit of mud. I've stayed out of the water mostly. Here's a bunch of grizzly bears. They're not hay bales, they're grizzly bears.
And here we are, finally at the Arctic Circle. It took us over 5 hours to get there, and then we did drive back to Fairbanks the same day. So it was a long driving day. We got our certificate. It proves that we were there.
Well, the sign does too, but yeah. And that's the back of it. People bring their stickers and put on there. It's pretty cool. We didn't really stop to look. The guard bird, so he's over watching the whole situation. This is one of the views down the road. It is very pretty out there. It's just a lot of expansive just wilderness that you see. This is one of the haul trucks coming back. Apparently he had... now here we run into a moose, or didn't run into a moose. There was a moose on the side of the road. But of course he's going away from us this particular time. Here we've gone around the pilot truck. And they all have CBs, and I was chatting with her a little bit about the road. Now this is where you see how many people were waiting in line to go the other way. A couple big trucks. We saw more trucks when we got closer toward Fairbanks. It was later in the afternoon. But this is one of the big grades. There was 37, I think, 14% or higher grades, one of the truckers was telling me, down through there. So it's a pretty decent road as far as hauling and pulling.
So here's the after photo of our truck. We lost one of the bars to our sway hitch. Here's the before picture with the 2 bars. We were actually able to find a replacement bar in Alaska, actually in Palmer, Alaska, which was a few hours south of where Fairbanks is. But our father-in-law's son lives in Palmer, and he was able to pick it up for us. Thank you, Facebook Marketplace and John. More to come soon. Take care.